Why should teams take Nick over another player right now?
It's his reaction. It's his ability to see it before it happens, his visualization. The kid watches so much tape, he knows his opponent. So if you have any tells, any little nicks or necks that you do, any kind of hitch in your lineup, well, you know, some linemen, they want to try to cheat this way or cheat that different way. Any little tail, he's gonna catch it. And as
Wow.
the game goes on and progresses, he just study reads these things, and his reaction is just amazing. I don't know. It's God given. Like I say, this is God's plan. I can't explain it. It's just something that you can't teach. He just has it. You know, some people have it and some people don't. And at the point of attack, he refuses to lose. So, he just has such a quick step and a violent burst with everything that he does.
That's I don't know of a lot of players that do this. I mean, I'm sure many do, but to study the tells of a lineman, you know, when you see a lineman rocking one way or the other, you know that they're getting set up to do something. And based on what the game has been, you know, all about already, whatever scheme they've been running, they could be setting up to run the outside zone. They could be setting up to run the inside zone. And by the, you know, second or third possession, you may understand what this guy is giving you for the tell. Yes. And so I'm getting this vision right now that Nick is like thinking, okay, I see what you're doing. It's the first possession. I see what you're doing. And by the second quarter, he's already set him up.
Yes, sir.
He's setting them up to be able to, you know, do his little combination of pass rush moves and get in there and get into the backfield.
The youth, the football IQ, and the desire to do whatever needs to be done to get the job done. Because a lot of time, great talent is voided by ego and selfishness. He's the most unselfish person I know. Whatever you ask him to do, he's gonna do it. He's humble, and he's just a locker room guy. He would have been the captain at A&M if he hadn't been a transfer, and they already had great leaders there.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, sir, and he's just a locker room guy. I don't know anybody who has ran in the NIC that doesn't love him. And that goes a long way for a team dynamics. You don't want a guy to come in and be a virus.
Absolutely not. I don't get that from Nick at all. I think that if anything, he's going to level up a room. And I also get the idea too that wherever Nick lands, whether it's a dominant football team or maybe a team that's struggling a little bit, I think that he's going to elevate that room.
Yes, sir. He leads from the front. Yeah. He's not gonna be vocal. He's gonna show you. He's gonna walk it more than he talk it.
And that's the exact type of mentality that the NFL needs more of, and more great human beings that are great football players on the field and great humans off the field. And it sounds like he is the embodiment of just that.
Yes, sir. You know, it's easy to do the right thing when everyone is looking.
Oh, yeah.
A test of a man is when you're doing the right thing when no one's looking.
Exactly.
And that's Nick. Like, I promise you, like, it's not a kid that he sees he don't stop and talk to, hug, pictures, whatever. Man, this kid is, I tell him all the time, I say, man, you're a way better man than me. He like, no, Pops, you're a great man. Well, that just tells you how great of a man you are.
Yeah.
You know, because like, I can't stress it enough, because these are things that can't be taught. This was God's plan, and he's walking in it. And that's the long and the short of it. It's God's plan, and he's walking in it.
Well, he's walking it, living it, eating it, breathing it. But you mentioned a routine, which is also part of that. You said a few guys from Texas A&M are just dialed in. They're just different. You briefly mentioned that, you know, they play the game, he's watching tape. So what was his general routine at Texas A&M, you know, from the morning till he goes to bed? Like, he had a general routine that he pretty much every day.
Yes, sir. Every day, kid, he go get up, go to treatment, go to classes. Then, you know, you got meetings and you got practice. Then after, he may be making home maybe 8, 9. He's going to watch film, and then he's going to play his game. And that's it. That's his routine.
Well, you can't get in trouble doing that, and I think that was a very smart move for him to make sure that he stays focused on who he is, right? And that's who he's been from the beginning. Extremely smart and savvy, and the guys that study tape, you can tell because they can go to the coach and say, "Hey, man, I see what he does on this play. I see what he does on that play." And guys like Dan Campbell that are going to ask you those questions in a meeting, he's prepared. He's prepared for it.
Yes, sir. Go watch the LSU game. Great OT, Will Campbell. They're battling.
Yes.
Because Nick had that date circled on his calendar.
It was a hell of a game.
Yes, sir. Will Campbell is that guy. And Nick showed, and that's the reason we came to the SEC. Because he heard the talks, he heard the whispers. Can he compete in the SEC? Can he dominate in the SEC? And he came and he showed. So it's no question.
Yeah, I watched those highlights Thursday night, and won some, lost some. But I tell you what, Nick gave everything he had in that game, and you could tell that not every play was about getting in the backfield. It was more so of setting the guy up and making sure he closed off his edge.
Yes, sir.
So work ethic and discipline clearly not lacking for number 11, right? Does he want to stay number 11 at the next level? Is that important to him?
Man, that kid will take number 99.
Well, I think a lot of people would, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. So at the combine, I also learned that we talked about this, about the boxing with his brother. Can you tell us a little bit about? Well, this is a question actually from Kevin Barr, one of the members. He says, "Who does Nick's game remind you of, and who does Nick model his game after? If there is someone that he looks forward either to working with at the next level, at the professional level, or someone that maybe he studies or has been studying, over the last few seasons. What could you tell us about that? So who does his game remind you of? And does he try to model his game after anyone at all?"
He has like a top 5, 10 of elite pass rushers. And he takes a blend of everything. And he's made his game his own. I can't really think of one player and I'd be like, yeah, son, you just like him. I can't think of one player. He loves them all.
I think that's a great answer because I see, I'm not going to say it's the PC answer, but I think it's a great answer because there is so much that Nick does well.
Yes, sir.
That it shows up that you could see a little bit of, this guy, a little bit of that guy, and he does it well. So if you could share, have you heard of any upcoming meetings for Nick? I mean, we've got the top 30 visits. I know that the Lions met with him during the combine. Do you know what his schedule looks like over the next couple of weeks? Are you able to share any of that, or is that pretty tight to the vest?
No, it's not too tight. He got like 5 visits scheduled. He was at the Texans yesterday. Got Green Bay coming up. New England, just to name a couple. But and the Eagles.